Blanky. Blanky time.
Blanky Time is my name. This podcast is not lame.
Oh. Humana, green bean.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Blanky Time, another riveting episode coming at you live here in the Oak City Roastery Grateful Coffee brew house of all things dirty and all things beans.
That's correct. We're here for another fantastic episode. Thank you for joining us. We promise we will not disappoint.
No, we might disappoint.
We might disappoint you a little bit, but we're used to it.
Blanky time. So, last week's episode, music, fun time.
It was fun. Yeah, I learned a lot about. I've been listening to a few of those bands all week.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty cool. I was excited.
I haven't listened to much music this week. I mainly listen to podcasts. But
what podcasts are you listening to?
I listened to Brain Leak.
Oh.
Which is a podcast with Ethan Nestor and Sean McLaughlin, who are both YouTubers, formerly known as Crank Gameplays, and Jacksepticeye is still Jacksepticeye. And
that's what's up.
It's basically like a peak ADHD podcast.
Oh.
So I vibe with it pretty hard.
Yeah. That's what's up.
I'm lame. I listen to all, like, the big YouTuber podcasts. Like, I listen to Distractable, which is, do you know who Markiplier is?
I don't know. I'm out of the game. I don't watch a lot of YouTube or know any famous people.
He's got a lot of subscribers, and Distractable is with two other buddies that they talk and they have different topics. But they have a revolving host type podcast, so basically two of them sort of compete, and one's the host, and whoever wins becomes the host of the next episode, and they get to make all the rules and the topics and all that. So.
That's pretty cool.
It's a little different, and then a couple other stuff.
What's up?
But I'm probably gonna go through a music phase again because I'm getting a little burnt out from the podcast.
All of the information overload. I get it. That's
not
what's
so
up,
much
man.
that sometimes I just need some soul. Some soul in my life. You know?
Soul
Trey.
Oh man,
it's too early to be doing that.
That's a classic. Yeah, I'm still waking up, so that's the coffee is hitting, but it hasn't hit yet.
No.
So.
Well, you know what's about to hit. Not the sounds of this water.
Oh, I was wondering.
I have questions for you, Matt.
Yeah, I'm excited for today's podcast because I have no idea what to expect.
I have questions for you, and you will answer them.
Okay.
You have to answer them.
Okay, or what's the alternative? What if I choose not to?
Right to jail. Right to jail.
Interesting. Right to jail.
So, yes, I have questions.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you them. I may respond. I may not respond.
Okay.
And we're just going to keep going.
So you're just going to basically ask me a bunch of questions. I have to respond. I have to answer them.
Yes.
But you don't have to respond.
No.
What do I do when you don't respond?
I ask the next question.
Oh, okay. What if I'm not prepared? What if I don't know the answer?
Then, sucks to suck.
Are these personal questions or are these
Maybe.
General questions?
Maybe.
This is terrible. All right. I'm ready, man. Let's do it.
All right. How much money would it take for you to spend a night in a cemetery?
I mean, $20 would be great because I could buy dinner later. So, it's,
$20. That's it.
Yeah, I'd do it for $20.
Would you display this as a trophy?
I don't know what I'm looking at.
This.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Do you have a pet?
I do.
You want to tell me more about your pet?
Her name is Coda. She is a pit bull, and she
loves toddlers.
Yeah, she's a special dog. She has a learning disability, but she's very sweet.
Is she dyslexic?
She chews up everything. No, she's not dyslexic.
Oh, dang. I thought I had something in common.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, you have a lot in common.
do you have a sweet tooth?
For cookies and brownies, yes.
That's it.
Yeah, not much else. Chocolate chip cookies and chocolate brownies. Really, it's hard to say no.
Do you believe in the power of a curse?
100%.
That's good.
We'll just leave it there.
All right. Have you had your hearing tested lately?
No, but I definitely need to. My left ear is doing some weird things. That comes with age.
Is it just because, like, you didn't protect your ears when you were younger?
Probably, yeah. I grew up with portable CD players and loud music, 50 Cent bumping way louder than the speakers could handle. So, yeah, I'm reaping the decision right now. It's,
Planning a trip soon?
yes.
Tell me more.
We are going to an undisclosed coastal region for an undisclosed amount of time to get some R&R. It's
R&R?
Yeah, it's been very a long time since I've been on a nice vacation, and so we're taking an extended stay to just relax and kick our feet up. Let's do a little surfing. Oh, well, yeah, told you coastal region, so we're going to the beach somewhere and just kick back, surf a little, relax, hang out with the family,
What
have some milkshakes.
does R&R stand for rest and relaxation?
Yes, yes it does.
I don't think I've heard that, but I figured it out.
Dude, you're smart. You're so smart.
Can you remember the tallest man you've ever seen?
Yes. Does he have to be alive?
Describe him to me.
Oh, he was over 7 foot. Do NBA players count? Because I wasn't even thinking about
Was
that.
he the tallest man you've ever seen?
Probably not, but there was this one guy. He's over 7 foot. He had brown hair, and it just made me feel small. And usually I'm a pretty big dude, so usually I'm looking down at people, but had to look up at him, and it was awkward.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
6'4".
Yeah.
Big boy.
I feel like I'm being interrogated right now.
Do you love to go a-wandering underneath the clear blue sky?
A-wandering. Do I love to go a-wandering? Yes, the answer to that is yes.
Desire to write your initials in wet cement?
No, not really.
Ever gone mountain biking?
Yes, a long time ago. It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a while since
a while.
I've been biking.
You crushed that. Sounded just like him.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh. Content.
Content.
Yeah.
Is that a product design you have for 10 backpacking tents?
No.
Can tent?
Content?
Can tent.
No. As an Enneagram 7, that is something I struggle with. So it would be nice to just be content with what I have. Live in the present moment for a little bit. I keep thinking I'll get there, but I'm not sure where there is. Ooh. Just got really deep, guys.
What's the right tip?
Oh man, I don't know how to answer this. What's the right tip? I mean, obviously money comes in handy. If we're talking money at a restaurant and I'm leaving a tip, I think the starting point is always $5, and you work up from there.
The starting point's $5
Yeah, yeah.
for anywhere or just restaurants.
Well, where else are you tipping?
A coffee shop.
Oh no, coffee shop's a little different. Coffee shop, $1 to $2.
Answer a question. Spins the thing around. Like
Oh right,
it's
yeah.
gonna
The
ask you
register.
like,
It's gonna
did you
ask you.
like your
It's gonna
service?
ask you a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that case, usually it's $1 or $2. But if I'm at a restaurant and it's like a waitress or waiter that, you know, took care of us, I think starting is $5. Even if they were terrible, I understand the waiter life, and it's you know, they don't make great money as it is. So I think $5 is a safe starting point. But definitely, and let me make myself clear. If you are one of the people who, instead of actual money, have left a $10 gospel tract, looks like money, but tells them they're going to burn in hell if they don't repent from their sins and turn, you're terrible. You're a
Wait,
terrible
that's a
human
thing?
being. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like a Christian thing.
It looks like it's money.
It looks like money. Yeah, it looks like 10, looks like 100. There's like different quantities. And like you fold it up and it looks like it's just stuck under the table. And so when you put it, it opens up and it's like, do you know for sure if you die, you'll go to heaven or hell? Repent from your sins.
Do you know the devil?
Right. Basically, that person who gave that is the devil. You know, if you're one of the people who says, here's a tip, save your soul, you're part of the problem. So,
Have you ever left a wet tip?
no. No.
You know what a wet tip is?
I mean, I know in my mind what I'm thinking of. Tell me what you're thinking of.
Wet tip is when you get the money and you put it on top of like a glass of water, and then you turn it upside down on the table. So that way you have to take the glass off to get to the money, and the water spills everywhere.
That's terrible. Why would you do that to someone? Why wouldn't you just not tip?
I've never done it, but it's just to.
It's a thing.
It's like one thing I did do when I was a kid was I would loosen the salt shakers. So that way they were barely on there.
Dude.
so the next person that used them
I did that at like the pizza place with the
would
cheese.
like dump out like a pile of salt or pepper.
Yeah, you probably killed the old lady who was trying to put a little salt on something. It's terrible.
How
man.
can you kill somebody with salt?
I mean, it's easy. Too much of anything will kill you.
That's true.
How am I doing?
Have you called a plumber to your home lately?
Yes. Yes, I have. Oh, do you want me to expand? Whoever plumbed my house originally 30-something years ago was dumb. And I have spent more money on plumbing fixes over the last 4 or 5 years than I anticipated. But I'm also really decent at plumbing now because I've had to learn a lot of the stuff on the fly. But yeah, they plumbed our house in a type of piping that isn't standard anymore, and it just breaks and cracks. And so we've had to replace walls and flooring and like entire piping, go up in the attic. And most recently, it was my girl's bathroom, like the shower and bath faucet. The metal got twisted and sprung a leak, and so it was spraying on the inside of the wall, and it was just a terrible situation.
Yeah, that sucks.
So yeah, I did all I could, and then I called someone because I only know so much.
Yeah. We I don't know why people like planting these trees, but I do know why. They are nice looking, but you need to put them in the right place. River birches. If they're planted in the wrong spot, then they are a menace to society,
Mm.
and that society is plumbing society, because they are got super duper water seeking abilities,
Hmm.
and they found like basically grew around the pipe and just crushed it. And so I went out there and was like digging a trench one night till like 2 o'clock in the morning, try to clear away, find where the hole was. And then basically, because the pipe was old, like you were talking about yours being old, I fixed the hole, and then all of a sudden the meter kept running again. And so what was happening as we were fixing leaks, it was causing pressure to build somewhere else and then break there.
Yeah.
And so we
Dang.
basically like chased these leaks all the way down until it got to the front of the house. And it started like by the road because I got a
Dang.
pretty big front yard.
Yeah. That's crazy. Was it at your house?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shoot.
But I had the one of the dudes in our neighborhood. He was the guy who did all the original plumbing, so he kind of knew like where the stuff was.
Oh, well, that's good at least. That's yeah. I I realize now the just the benefit to knowing a little bit about a lot of things, and having to learn on the fly, especially when it comes to like home ownership. Like, gosh, I'm becoming slowly a jack of all trades. It's nice. All right, next question. How are we doing? Am I doing these questions justice?
How superstitious are you?
Super. I'm superstitious.
Super superstitious?
Yes.
Like, are you like black cat cross your windshield type?
No, not really. But I mean, I buy into some of the hype for sure. I think I think there's a little truth to everything. You just got to find it. Every superstition or thing that people assume is for a reason, because someone had some experience that they couldn't figure out, and so I'm a little stitious. I'm a little stitious.
I didn't know that cat cross your windshield thing was a thing till I got married and I started to get to know my extended family better. Because that's something their grandma says. She'll be like, "Black cat cross your windshield."
Yeah, my grandmother was all about that. Don't walk under a ladder.
Yeah.
If you break some glass, it's bad luck.
I've walked under so many ladders.
Yeah, don't sweep or vacuum under someone's feet. That's bad luck. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, interesting.
Have you noticed what big star? Have you noticed what big stars real estate agents have been becoming?
No.
Are you careful with your personal records?
Probably not as careful as I need to be.
Does your computer seem to have a mind of its own?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Have you ever visited Chinatown in a major city?
Yes.
Tell me more. Yeah,
D-
what's a good Chinatown story? Chinatown, there's a lot of good stories that come out of Chinatown.
yeah, D.C., Chinatown in D.C. We just got some food. There's a lot of homeless people. That's pretty much it. I went to a Starbucks in Chinatown because I couldn't find coffee anywhere else, and that was pretty much it. It's not much of a story.
Really?
I was with my...
Nothing sketchy happened?
No, there was some guy out there that was having conversations with the pigeons, but that seems pretty standard for downtown DC.
Standard DC
Yeah,
activity.
I feel like is there? Yeah, I can't think of another Chinatown that I've been to. But the coffee was good. I was there with my brother and his wife and their kids. It was before we had kids, so it was a good while ago. And yeah, that's it. That's all there was to it.
I went to Chinatown in New York City.
New York. And
And
what sketchy happened?
um well, so I went with my dance group because we went to this thing called um Project Dance,
Mm-hmm.
which is this Christian theater dance what would you call that? Like an outreach
Sure.
thing. And so we would
You spread the gospel through dance.
yeah, so basically a bunch of dance companies all over the country would go to this thing, and we'd have like different dances and stuff we'd work on. And then they had a stage set up in one of the off streets of Times Square. So we were literally like, if you were standing in Times Square and you looked around, you could see us like right there at one of the off streets. Um, so basically, people would do like dance numbers and stuff, and uh, in between that, like share the gospel and stuff like that.
Interesting.
All that to say, I was just there with a bunch of extremely white girls
Mm-hmm.
that didn't really know how to handle themselves properly in New York City. For instance, when walking down the street, they would be slightly scared, as you should be on edge, walking down New York City streets. And to feel more comfortable, they would link arms together and walk in a line. And there would be like 3 to 4 of them linked up. Yeah. And they would like every now and then get bashed into.
I'm sure, yeah.
Because they're
people
taking
in
up like
New York are unforgiving.
half the sidewalk.
Dang.
So this is, who we're dealing with. So we go to Chinatown because that's where you find the good stuff.
Yeah.
Also the other thing is I was saying I was the only person in our entire group. There was another guy that went with us, and my dad went with us. We did it a couple years, but he went like 1 or 2 times. And I was the only one out of the group that people consistently tried to sell me drugs. I don't know if I just gave off that energy.
That. Yeah, you give off that energy now.
Yeah, they tried to sell me weed all the time, and when we were in Chinatown, this dude was trying to like hook me up with some kind of white powdery substance of some form.
Yeah.
But yeah, in Chinatown, there's like kind of all the fake stuff at the front, but then in the back rooms they'll have like actual legit like Louis Vuitton or whatever, and it's like from China because that's where everything's made, but they don't want you to know that they have it or whatever, so you gotta like go in the back corner and kind of like talk in low voices to these people and try to.
You got that good.
Yeah, you got the good bags. So I'm with these white chicks and their moms, basically acting as protection in Chinatown. We find a good plug. They take us back. They have these like where they have these pegboards with like bags and all sorts of stuff hanging on them, and they basically have like secret rooms behind them. Like you would never know it was a door.
That's crazy.
And so one of these places, they open this door. It's only like a 4-foot tall door, and it's stepped down kind of into a hole. And so, it was me and 2 friends and one of their moms. And so I was with them, and they were walking them down into this hole. And they'll lock you in there and leave you in there for a couple hours if you don't buy anything. Like they definitely wanted to buy stuff, but they didn't want me down in there because they knew like I could cause a ruckus. So when we were going down in the hole, I was like standing like up close behind them so I could like shim my way down in there so I wouldn't get shut out. And the guy was literally like shutting the door on me, trying to like not let me down in there. And so I forced my way down into the hole.
Wow.
And
it's a little sketchy.
She was like the mom lady. She was talking to this dude, like showing the bags and stuff, and she's trying to get good deals and whatnot. And she was like, "Can you please help me? I already bought 2 bags from you. I just want this one more." And the guy's like, "Okay, you buy a lot. I'll give you this one for good price. And
Wow.
we
Wow.
got the bags and we got out. But yeah, it was pretty sketchy. Someone trying to force you out of
Right.
a door.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, so no magic amulets or anything like that.
Magic ambulance.
Yeah, I think of like amulet. Like I think
Oh,
of
amulet. Whoop,
that
whoop.
animated Jackie Chan series from like the 90s or whatever, early 2000s.
Yo, dude. Yeah, that
Yeah.
show slap.
The talismans. You have to find it. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, no crazy Chinatown stories for me. We just went to Starbucks. It was nice. But I was also with my entire family, and anytime everyone gets together, it's chaotic. So
Mary, did you know that your baby boy will one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will free our sons and daughters? What's going on, dude? Did you know that your baby boy will heal the sick and blind?
funny story about that song. My old pastor was roommates with Mark Lowry at Liberty.
Mark
Like,
Lowry?
the guy who wrote that song.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he was like a comedian guy. Yeah. All right.
Have you ever visited a flea market?
Yes, I have. Lots of great memories made at flea markets.
Do you like the flea market?
Sure. I don't have anything against it. Sometimes it's a little boring, especially as a child, because you're like, this stuff is so old and lame, and I'm never gonna use any of it. And then your parents are like, don't touch that. But yeah,
Have you ever visited a truck stop?
yes, I have. Great food.
What's the best truck stop?
Loves.
Loves?
Yeah.
You know where I want to go
Hmm.
that I haven't ever been, but I know about it because of Southern lore?
Ghost Hill.
Buc-ee's.
Oh, Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's
I've heard of
looks
Buc-ee's.
legit.
Yeah. I've never been.
Imagine Walmart and Love's had
Does Wawa's count as a truck stop? Because if so, 100% it's the best.
I've only been to Wawa like once.
Dude, you're missing out. Life is so much better at Wawa.
Oh, what about the Come and Go? Have you ever seen a Come and Go?
I don't think I have.
KUM and signed GO. Come and Go.
Dude, what in the world? What were they thinking?
I don't know. That's it.
With that,
I kid you not. That's the spelling on that. The Come and Go.
That's funny.
Did you ever have a job as a waiter?
I did. Yeah, I waited tables at Pizza Hut,
Pizza.
and I think that was it. I think just Pizza Hut as a waiter.
Back when they had wait staff and it was an actual restaurant.
Yeah. I would work long days waiting tables. I was pretty good at it. Not gonna lie.
Did you ever steal food?
Oh yes, yeah. But I mean, the guy who was the GM at the time, it was kind of allowed, so he got canned not long after I left for that reason. But
Because he was eating food?
well, he was just giving away a crazy amount of food to employees, and he was cool with it. But corporate came in and was like, "You're done." But I think he's back with Pizza Hut now. I bumped into him not too long ago.
He's back?
Yeah.
Back in the hut?
Back in the hut.
Pizza Hut had that, like, release of, like, nostalgia merch that was actually kind of drippy.
Yeah.
Looked pretty dope. And you could, like, buy, like, the classic red cups off the website, too.
Dude, they used to give out DVDs with some purchases. Like, I remember...
What?
Yeah, they ran,
DVDs
like,
of what?
Movies, like, legit movies. Like, I got the Mr. Mom, with Michael Keaton, like, with my large pepperoni one day. It was just... This was, like, in the 90s, so I don't know what kind of...
So Pizza Hut was trying to outdo Blockbuster.
Basically. You buy a certain meal deal and you get, like, a DVD to watch with your pizza.
That is...
But we watched Mr. Mom like a ton of times. It was just it came in like a little paper
It can't
sack.
like a little. Oh, it would be cool if it's like a little pizza box.
That would have been great. You should have been
That's
doing their
good
marketing.
marketing.
That's great
Yeah.
marketing. Yeah. Good memories at Pizza Hut.
Have you ever noticed how many successful restaurants are theme based these days?
Mm. I guess that makes sense. I don't know if I've noticed it directly, but Texas Roadhouse, Longhorn Steakhouse,
That's cow themed.
cow themed. Um, there's
The thing is, how can a restaurant
Red
not
Robin.
be themed?
Red Robin is like
Maybe like because Red Robin's sort of like 50s kind of theme.
almost,
A
yeah.
little bit.
Highway 55.
Cracker
Used
Barrel.
to be Andy's. Dude, what is it with southern restaurants and stuff hanging on the walls and ceilings?
It's cool.
It's like, let me sit under the horse castrator. Like, come on, dude.
Dude, Big Ed's in downtown Raleigh specifically.
Yeah.
That one's got whole farm implements hanging over your head. That's scary.
It's terrifying. Yeah. That makes sense, though, but I guess you have to have a theme because you're trying to set yourself apart, right?
Yeah.
Because, in reality, like, you can get the same thing at pretty much any of those places. It's just
Angie's is Angie themed.
Angie's breaks the barrier. They're just good.
It's diner themed.
It's kind of like a diner, but not really. It's not like extreme diner.
It's like the Silver Comet in Clayton.
Oh yeah,
Shiny diner.
shiny diner.
Is that the theme? Just the outside of the building shiny?
I think so.
How much do they pay in shinification?
That thing has been around since I was like a kid, so I don't even know. Probably longer than that. But diners in New Jersey, bro. It'll change your life.
New
It's
Jersey
like
diners?
Yeah, dude. It's like a whole experience. You can order literally anything.
Yeah.
They
It's
have
like the
anything on the menu.
delis in New York. Like, you could just go in any time of day and get, like, a banging sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
We don't really have
What would you
deli
theme?
culture.
What would you theme your restaurant?
What did I theme? Probably like Prohibition South,
Okay, I love it.
and like all of the drinks have names that don't sound like drink names, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, like it's kind of like speakeasy vibe, but it's the southern part, so it'd be like, kind of like southern food with a twist, but like mix it all up. Like you have like biscuits and gravy that are like have like some Mexican influence in it, and then like a fried chicken sandwich that's Asian inspired,
Oh,
and
like we had the other night.
yeah, like I made the other
Dude,
night.
so good.
Yeah, I think it would be a vibe.
I like that. I would just name my restaurant Caucasian Cuisine,
Caucasian
and we would just
chicken fingers and fries.
Dino Nuggets.
Dino nuggies.
Yeah.
You could get ostrich nuggies and call them dino nuggies because ostriches are kind of like dinosaurs.
Yeah, I got a friend. His family. They sell ostrich burgers.
Ostrich burgers
Ostrich
are pretty
burgers.
tasty. All right, Matt.
Okay, Stone.
Are you dying to know where I found all these questions?
Yes.
Do you remember the show Fact or Fiction?
Yes.
That's what all of these have come
Oh,
from.
really?
Yeah.
All right.
Because there was this trend going around on TikTok where it was what was the host's name?
I can't remember.
Anyways, he basically asks all these questions, and they're just like super random, and
Yeah.
then but like sometimes in the show like the story was completely made up, or sometimes it was real.
Right.
That was the whole plot. But here, let me just show you this.
How much money would it take to make you spend a night in a cemetery? Would you display this as a trophy? Do you have a pet? Do you have a sweet tooth? Do you believe in the power of a curse? Have you had your hearing tested lately? Planning a trip soon? Can you remember the tallest man
That's
you've ever
the dude
seen?
from
Do you
Star
love to
Trek.
go wandering beneath the clear blue sky? How much money would it take to make you spend a night in a cemetery? Would you display this as a trophy? Do you have
That's
a pet?
awesome.
Do you have a sweet
Okay.
tooth? Do you believe in the power of...
So the caption on this one is making awkward small talk at a party when you hardly know anyone.
It's true though.
And then the other one is 60 seconds after my boyfriend says goodnight to me. And then it's all the
What do you want to be when you grow up? What's the right tip?
all those questions.
It's true though. Me
So,
and Aaron were talking about that last night. It's like, I'll be ready for bed, and then it's like, do you want to talk about, literally anything, something random? It's like, it's funny. It's funny how that works.
Yeah, most of the time it's Sarah would tell me something you haven't told me before, and I'm like, oh God, my
brain.
my Play-Doh brain,
Yeah.
trying to remember memories.
I do love the table topics questions though, because it is a good way to get to know someone. Unless it was just do small talk and we don't. It's funny. It's funny. Well, did I answer your questions correctly?
Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. That's up to the listeners to decide.
Well, I answered truthfully to the best of my knowledge.
Here's the real question, Matt.
Okay.
I lost my train of thought.
Oh, okay. Wow, that sucks. I was getting.
It sounds like a good time for an ad, since my
An
brain
ad.
couldn't figure anything out.
All right. Today's episode is brought to you by
Blanky Time.
Stone has had 1 hour of sleep in the last few days. So today's episode is actually brought to you by.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me do this. That puts a peak in the audio signature, so I know where stuff is.
So smart. Today's episode is brought to you by
Grateful Coffee. Grateful Coffee is a coffee company ran by this guy here, Matt Marlowe. He makes epic dirty beans, the most flavorful, the most fresh, the most new, the most hip, the most pop you can imagine. They really awesome coffee company, super tasty. They got cold brew, they got whole bean, and almost all the proceeds go to helping people in need, specifically in Guatemala. You can check them out at grateful.co.
coffee.
Grateful.coffee.com. No, just grateful.coffee.
Yeah, that's it.
And check out all the stuff they help out, and also see their dirty bean selection. And yeah.
Yeah.
But there's someone else who helps power this podcast. And who is that, Matt?
That's this guy right here. Oak Nut Workshop is powered by Stone Kiker, the one and only. He's a craftsman who can do just about anything with any material. Leatherwork, metalwork, woodworking.
Vibranium.
Yeah, literally, he's done work for Black Panther. So he's pretty awesome. I am convinced that there's nothing that he can't do. If you need a table built, great. If you need a dog leash made, he's got it. If you want a wallet, sure. If you need to frame something with metal casing, I don't know why you would, but if you do, call him. He's awesome. You can find out more about what he does and check him out on all the socials at Oak Nut Workshop or his website, oaknutworkshop.coffee.com.
Yeah.
Add out.
Add out.
All right, man. Well,
All right, Matt.
did you learn a lot about me today?
I think I did. The trophy one.
I didn't know what you were doing.
I knew it was gonna be pretty good. I'm trying to think of any other random questions I feel like asking you. Oh, I have a good one.
Okay.
What was your dream car when you were a kid?
Um. Mm, it's kind of a letdown, honestly. It was like a 67.5 Mustang.
Okay. I mean, that's not a bad pick.
Yeah, but now I wouldn't. I mean, you know, my taste has evolved a little. I don't think. My brother just got a Mustang. I just don't think I would.
You
be
don't want to
driving
look
one.
like someone who beats their wife constantly.
Right. Exactly. I did have a Nissan 240 SX for a little while, and that was a dope car. But yeah, old Mustang.
Old Mustang. What's your dream car now?
Mm. Honestly, like I'm digging the Subaru I've got, but um, probably a Crosstrek or a Outback.
So another Subaru.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need an expensive car.
No, just like imagine, say you spun a wheel, and on that wheel there was a really thin sliver, like in Wheel of Fortune.
Mm-hmm.
And once you hit that little sliver, it's like we will buy any car you want, no questions asked, no strings attached.
Mm.
Would it still be a Subaru?
Yeah, probably either that or a Tesla, just because I wanted to like the Cybertruck or whatever.
Oh yeah, Cybertruck would
That'd
be
be
sweet.
dope. Cruising through town in my Cybertruck
Mm.
with almost bulletproof glass.
Almost bulletproof. Yeah,
But it'll stop a bullet, but not a baseball.
that goes
So,
well. It went
It's,
wrong in the testing
yeah, I remember that.
because they when they were hitting the door panel, there was something off on the inside that caused like a micro fracture. So the glass should have not shattered, but it's still impressive it didn't break through at all.
Mm. I have something for you. A
Oh,
question
you
for
do?
you.
Okay.
What do you want most?
What do I want most? What do I want most? Jesus.
Is that your answer or?
To hang out with Jesus. No, I remember. Was I talking about this with you? No, I think I was talking about it with somebody else. One thing that I would like to have that I didn't get a whole lot of is more time to talk to my grandpa, my dad's dad,
Mm.
because he just had a incredible life, and he was a lot older. Like he was 40 years old when my dad was born, and he passed away like in his mid 80s, and he was always a pretty stoic guy as it
Mhm.
was. So when I was a kid, I didn't really talk to him all that much. Like we hung out. Like I have fond memories of us like hanging out and like doing activities and stuff.
Right.
But I never got to like sit down and like talk really.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So yeah, that's kind of one thing.
All right. This kind of ties into that. If you could ask one person, dead or alive, only one question, who would you ask and what would you ask?
Ask any person, dead or alive,
Mm-hmm.
one question. Oh, who I don't know who it was. They might specifically know, but whoever hid the Ark of the Covenant,
Mm.
ask him where it is.
All right.
Because so in Jewish lore or whatever,
Indiana Jones took it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Indiana Jones took it and put it in a big shipping warehouse. No, uh, in a lot of literature it says it was quote unquote lost, but
Right.
really
You
they
know,
say that most Jews in Israel and stuff know the location of where the ark is. they've basically just made it lost on purpose, but they know where it is.
Okay.
So that way nobody will steal it or get to it.
You know,
So in literature, they like purposefully lost it in literature, but they know where it is.
that makes sense, though. It's a more convincing story, compelling story. But it does show up in Revelation.
Dark.
Yeah, in heaven, supposedly.
It's pretty heavy.
But Revelation's also an apocalyptic writing that it's hard to take literally. So
Yeah.
who's to say?
Yeah. Imagine me describing the future 1,000 years from now.
So that's
How
the
it would end
one
up.
question you would ask. The Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's already like cures for cancer and stuff.
Right.
So I wouldn't ask somebody like what the cure for cancer is. You know? Because it's what they already have. That is just locked up. I think.
Right. All right.
Is that true? Maybe not. I think it is.
All right. So, if you touch the Ark of the Covenant now, will you die?
Are
Are
I
you
don't-
superstitious?
you superstitious? I would think. I don't know. That's hard to say because. I mean, when Jesus sacrificed himself, basically, he sealed the covenant, right?
Mm-hmm.
So some people say that made the ark obsolete
Okay.
because there's all that talk of like him sprinkling the blood on the mercy seat and yada yada yada, and the mercy seat is also sometimes correlated to the ark because the way it's described in the Bible, the way the cherubim are on the top of the ark isn't like it is in Indiana Jones where both the wings are pointing towards each other and they're on the top. The way it is the cherubim, it's actually described as them being on the sides, and their wings
Right.
basically make a throne.
Right.
So really the ark is like a box with a seat on the top made out of cherubim wings. And, some people say that's the mercy seat. And so, would you die from touching it? I wouldn't because, fearing God and all that stuff. But I would say there's probably a 50-50 chance versus a 100% chance,
All right. Okay. What do you complain about more than anything else?
What do I complain about?
Mm-hmm.
Humans.
Yeah. Yeah, humans. Kind of frustrating. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, unfortunately. It makes it don't make my job easy.
What do you tend to live in the past, present, or future?
You're breathing really heavy into the mic. I'm hearing it all. Oh, stop. Stop.
Sorry.
Stop.
Is that better?
No.
Okay.
Do I tend to live? I think I tend to live in the future a little bit too much.
Yeah.
I think that's
Why do you think that is?
ADHD. Just like it's the common trope of like wanting to start the next project before the one you're doing's already finished, type of deal.
Yeah, I get that. All right. What would be a really great flavor of toothpaste?
Good flavor of toothpaste. Now are we talking about just flavor or also has like good after effects? Because you could have something that tastes good but your breath smell like dog booty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's up to you. Because, I mean, in a perfect world, I think I'd pick Parmesan cheese. But I feel like your breath after that is going to be...
Joe Biden's son.
Yeah. Jeez. Terrible.
That good palm. I've probably smoked more Parmesan cheese than actually.
It's true. It's true.
I'll probably mint chocolate chip, honestly. Because you still got the mintiness, but you got the chocolate, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I get some people don't like mixing mint with their desserts. I know a guy who's like, mint Oreos taste like toothpaste, and I say your palate might not be refined enough, but I understand the trope.
All right. Which fictional character would you love to meet?
Fictional character?
Mm-hmm.
Fictional character. Um, this is hard because I'm not really like. I don't know. Adam Warlock.
Okay. Is that just because you recently watched Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, and even before that, he was one of my favorite characters. Because in a way, he sort of is like the Solomon of the Marvel universe, where he's like the wisest being, because he's one of the few people who wielded the Infinity Gauntlet without going insane
Right.
for an extended amount of time, and actually like sort of ruled justly with it, which is really hard to do. So he also had like a connection to the soul world and the soul gem. So in a way, he's like crossing over into like the spiritual nature of beings.
All right.
So he's probably got some interesting perspective.
That's cool. That's cool. I think mine would probably be Wolverine if we're staying with comic book lore. Either Rick Grimes or
You want to
Wolverine.
hang out with a grumpy, stinky guy?
Yeah, bro, but he's super old and he'd have some crazy stories.
That's true.
And,
He could tell you what was really going on in every conflict.
That's right. All right, what's a belief you hold that many people disagree?
That many people disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. If the military can have it, you should be able to have it besides nukes. I don't think anybody should really have nukes, but you know,
Okay.
that's an American trope though.
Okay.
Because really the way the government is set up is to be accountable to the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying, go up and start forming militias or whatever. I'm just saying that if you wanna hold true to your American beliefs, you gotta understand the whole reason why the Second Amendment was a thing, and the First Amendment, because they kind of go hand in hand, honestly. And so, like, some people say you can't own cannons,
Mm-hmm.
but you can. Like, back in the day, during, like, the 1800s or whatever, the government would actually borrow cannons from private civilians in order to use them in their conflicts.
Yeah. You have a cannon, right? Is that
I don't think I have a cannon.
No. Oh, well. I mean, that'd be pretty cool though. Just roll out your cannon.
Yeah.
Target practice. It's okay.
You could kill really big birds.
All right, I got something for you.
Another belief that probably this one might be a little bit less controversial in the fact that not a lot of people would agree with me more, is basically I'm willing to try any type of food as long as it's not brains of something.
So you wouldn't eat monkey brains
No.
from South America?
But I might eat a little monkey meat. Maybe.
All right.
If it was done right. Like, I saw this video. There's this guy that has a YouTube channel called Best Ever Food Review Show or something like that. And he went to the Faroe Islands, and the people there eat pilot whales.
Mm. Okay.
And while I was watching the episode, I was like, that looked kind of good. I'd eat a whale. So,
Would you eat a woolly mammoth burger
oh yeah,
once they bring the mammoth back?
yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd give it a shot.
Would you eat horse?
I don't know.
Because it's ate a lot of places.
Oh, I know.
We're surrounded by two opposing countries that eat horse regularly.
Yeah.
It's big in Canada.
Canada?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm on the fence. But
The horse fence?
yeah, the horse fence. All right, I got a couple more questions for you.
Couple more questions for me.
When it's all said and done,
All said and done.
will you have said more than you've done?
I don't know. I probably not, because I think when I hit my like old man phase, I'm not gonna talk a lot. Gonna get it all out of my system by the time I'm like 40.
Okay.
You know, and then after that, just
Well,
vibe.
that ties in directly to the next question. If the average human lifespan was 40 years, how would you live differently?
I mean, probably no different.
Really? Okay.
Because, like, back in the day, that was not a lot of people made it past 40. Like, you were considered
Sure,
geriatric when you were, like, 35.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
that's true. Lifespan was not always that long.
Nope.
All right. Let's see here.
That might be more applicable to you.
Because I'm
Because
almost...
you would only have 10 more years. You know?
Yeah, that's true. I'd go skydiving.
Rocket
Yeah.
Man climbing. What's something you wanted to know about me, Matt?
Well,
Did you get your passport? Do you have your shots? Do you want to go back?
all right. If you had 3 wishes, you could wish for anything except infinity wishes. What would you wish for, and why?
Infinity wishes. That's difficult. Because it's hard to not be selfish.
Right. I know.
Because, like, I don't... Can I brainstorm and then come up with my final answer?
Sure, yeah.
Because, like, the first thing I want to say is, like, to have, what's that potion in Harry Potter where you're extremely lucky?
I never saw Harry Potter or read the books, so sorry.
Basically, yeah, like, to have extreme luck where basically everything goes your way. Like, everything turns out great.
Yeah.
But that still seems kind of lame.
Yeah.
Because also, like, say you had, like, King Midas's hand and you turned crap to gold and then, like, you know, you could sell it or whatever. Like, in the end, wouldn't that make gold valueless in a way? Like, how much would that actually
Right.
benefit you?
Exactly.
It's
a very thought-provoking question. You're deep in thought right now.
I am deep in thought because...
I think it just reveals your deepest desires, right? I mean, you could have anything in the world. What would it be? Would it be something for you? Would it be something for everyone?
Oh, here's a good one. For money purposes.
Okay.
My first wish would be to spontaneously know the winning numbers of the lottery.
Forever. Or just one time?
I mean, say I get like 3 times. That way I can plan it out for when the lottery gets the biggest.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
because more than 3, then like, they might suspect you of something.
Right.
But then you get the lottery. Some of the taxes you pay on it goes towards the NC education or whatever, which like that's a whole other thing. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. There was a bill recently passed that Roy Cooper passed a state of emergency over,
Education.
which it was about education, where basically it was a bill that allowed parents to take their kids out of public school and put them in private school, and some of the funds from public school go to the private school to cover the cost of transferring the students. So that way the kids could get in like better schools.
Yeah.
And he called a state of emergency over that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So lottery thing. Second thing would be the ability to fly.
Dude, yeah.
That would be goated.
I like where you're going with this.
Or to teleport, But teleportation, you get into some difficulties because, say you bloop in the middle of someone. And,
kills both of you.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. So yeah, flight, and then my third wish would be to free the genie. Yeah.
Dude, straight out of the Aladdin handbook. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been fun. I think I've learned a lot about you.
Provoking questions. Thought-provoking questions that provoke thoughts.
Dude, I have a new understanding of you as a person.
Why do you say that?
Well, I don't know. Just got to know you better. These questions. We should do this more often.
I know you so much better now. How?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just feel like I do. It's I know what you would wish for.
Yeah, that's true.
I know what you
when
what you believe.
Wish upon a star,
Makes no difference who you are.
get a cannon and blow up a field of deer.
Horses.
Horses.
Actually.
Yeah, eat the horses.
All right.
Elephants, that's just a lot of protein.
I thought about bringing up elephants. This is a lot of protein.
Yeah, I'd eat an It's
Like,
a
be a
mammoth.
little tough.
It's a mammoth. They
Yeah.
have emotions, but so what?
So do we.
So do octopi.
Yeah.
And the only reason we say it's okay to eat them is because their life cycle's short. That's basically how they justify it.
Yikes.
You know how to kill an octopus?
No.
The OG Hawaiian way is you take the octopus and you put the eyeballs kind of protrude,
Yeah.
and so they either bite over the eyeballs or bite behind them really hard, and that's like right where the brain is, and it's the best way to
It pulls the brain
inoculate
out.
inoculate. Is that the word for killing?
I think
Or
that's
just-
the word for.
Is that insemination?
I think both of those words are for something else.
Incapacitate.
Inoculate is like when you give someone a shot, right?
We're about to find out.
Inseminating
Grammar.
is when,
Well, yeah, that's when you put the magic juice in like say a horse or whatever. Like that's a big racket. The liquid gold.
Inseminating horses?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Incapacitate, is that the word you're looking for?
Oh yeah, immunize. That's inoculate.
Right.
Well, that's not what I meant.
There's an episode of Twilight Zone where the octopus evolves and takes over humans as the dominant species on Earth. It was trippy. It's trippy.
Octopi. Oh yeah. Well, if they didn't freaking die after they reproduced, then yeah, they probably could.
Freaking stop dying, octopi. Jeez. All right, well, this is fun. How about we do it again?
Yeah, I'll try to come up with more fact or fiction questions,
Cool.
and it'll be dope.
That would be super dope.
But I have a question for the audience.
Oh, all right.
Will you take the time? Will you chill out? Will you calm down?
Calm down.
Will you get some Blanky time?
Get yourself some Blanky time.
You should.
Recommended by 5 out of 6 doctors. No.
Most doctors should recommend Blanky Time.
Well, the
all-
6th doctor, he died. Because,
He
yeah.
slept too hard.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All right.
epic.
Epic.
Blanky out.
Blanky out.